run accident.
And this is NBC 739 News this weekend for Sunday, January 20th.
NBC 739 News this weekend.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's nice to have you with us.
And good morning to you, Stacy, and good morning to all of you. You know, we have a lot going on today, and if you enjoy music, today is their day.
Yes, today, coming up on our show, first, an award-winning high school band will be playing outside our studio this morning. They're out there right now warming up as we're speaking. And also, a little bit later, there's the band right there. Everyone's warming up, trying to stay warm, too, in this cooler weather. It's an award-winning band, and we're going to have them playing a little bit later. Bernard?
And in the sounds of the Boogeymen also, as well as Enron's financial fall. It set off all kinds of alarms, especially since company leaders refused to let employees sell off their stock options. For a lot of people, that meant losing their retirement money. Now, if you have any questions about your retirement plan, grab a pen and a paper. Our money advisor, George Chamberlain, will be in shortly to answer any questions that you might have. Stacy?
Well, and then during our 8 o'clock hour, a true story about a California woman's adventures in Africa. Her story has been turned into a one-woman performance that is now playing at a theater here in San Diego.
But before we get to any of that, why don't we take a quick look at the weather?
Yeah, if we head outdoors, cool temperatures today.
You know, Stacy, and it's really dry, too. It's not just cold, it's dry.
Right, I know,
Wow.
real dry. We're going to have the full forecast coming up a little bit later, but the temperature right now, 46 degrees. Humidity is at 57%. The winds out there are calm. Really a difficult day, too, because we have some news that's coming out right from the war on terrorism. A Marine helicopter crash in Afghanistan kills 2 Marines. 5 other Marines have been pulled out of the wreckage, and so far there is no official word on where this Marine air crew is based. Now, of the survivors, 2 Marines are in critical condition, 2 others have been seriously hurt, and 1 has minor injuries. The survivors were all taken to an undisclosed location. The helicopter is a transport helicopter called a Super Stallion. It was on a resupply mission last night out of Bagram Air Force Base. It made a hard landing in the high mountain terrain.
A Marine CH-53 Echo Super Stallion helicopter deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom crashed at approximately 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in a remote region in northern Afghanistan. The aircraft was en route from Bagram Airfield to resupply U.S. forces when it crashed.
Rescue crews were able to get to the survivors quickly. This morning, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld said that the crash was likely caused by mechanical error.
A flight from London to Orlando was diverted because of an apparent terrorism hoax. 340 people were on board the 747 that was diverted to Iceland yesterday. Meanwhile, there is new information about the man accused of trying to blow up an international flight with a shoe bomb. Nora O'Donnell has more on a new report that says before his trip, Richard Reed sent emails telling people about his plan of attack.
Tonight, an emergency landing in Iceland. The plane diverted after the flight crew discovered someone had scrawled, "All Americans must die," on a bathroom mirror with soap. 340 passengers on board landed safely. All bags searched, no bombs found, and officials believe it was a nasty hoax and not terrorist related.
It was quite a surprise to everyone. Everyone was very calm.
The Virgin Atlantic Boeing 747 took off from London's Gatwick Airport and was bound for Orlando, Florida, but was quickly rerouted to Iceland. The last time a transatlantic flight was diverted was 4 weeks ago today, when Richard Reed allegedly tried to use a shoe bomb to blow up a flight from Paris to Miami. Reed pleaded not guilty Friday in a Boston courtroom, but today 2 French newspapers report authorities have downloaded Reed's emails from this Paris cyber cafe, where he allegedly wrote his associates and even his mother that he would blow up a plane and be a martyr for Islam. In the Philippines, the worldwide roundup of terrorists snared Fatou Rahman al-Ghazi, also known as Mike the Bomb Maker. Authorities say he's admitted to buying a ton of explosives and is the suspected ringleader of a group with ties to Osama bin Laden's al-Qaeda terrorist network. U.S. military forces are slowly entering the Philippines. More than 600 U.S. troops, including 160 special forces, will arrive by February to help train the Philippine military to root out an extremist group known as Abu Sayyaf, also with links to al-Qaeda. But the growing U.S. military presence in the Philippines has touched off protests.
This is tantamount to military intervention. It is in fact an invasion of Philippine territory by the U.S. military.
A senior U.S. official tells NBC News more than 900 suspects have been arrested worldwide on terrorism-related charges. They say that's a growing sign that coalition partners are teaming up to fight against future terrorist attacks. Also new in the war against terrorism, the Kandahar airport is now under U.S. Army control. Yesterday, the Marines handed over the Afghan airport to the Army's 101st Airborne Division. However, one Marine is staying behind. His name is Lance Corporal Ajmal Ajkai. He's an Afghan-American who was raised in Afghanistan until the age of 5. After serving in the Marines for the past 2 years, he got the call to go to Afghanistan. Now, he's a supply officer, but he also spends time teaching fellow Marines Afghan words and Afghans English words. His officers call him their secret weapon, serving as a bridge between two cultures. Stacy?
Well, one Marine chose to stay in Afghanistan. Some sailors are already home and couldn't be any happier. Yesterday, the USS Carl Vinson arrived here in San Diego, bringing loved ones back to their families. NBC 739's Steve Walker was on deck for the arrival.
This is what it comes down to. The final few hours after being away half a year.
6 months.
Dress uniforms. Lining up. They are a crew that left in peace, but sailed into a war. Young sailors, some of them nervous, says their commanding officer.
But I think as things ramped up, there was a tremendous amount of excitement and pride that they were able to do something for the country.
And now, as U.S. soil finally comes into view, surprisingly, the ship goes quiet. A time to think and reflect on all that has happened. Thinking maybe that your coming home changed. Thinking maybe that you're lucky.
Work on the flight deck is real dangerous, and things can happen out there, so we gotta be real careful, otherwise you won't make it home.
Linda Barrett has 2 kids in the Navy. She joined her daughter on board for the last few days.
I kept on trying to tell myself they were safer on a carrier than we were at home, but it doesn't matter if you're a mother. Mother's love says they're not safe until you see them again.
Her daughter is caught with a tear in her eye.
I just hear my mom.
And in the final moments, tears flow elsewhere too. Pride or relief. Or maybe it's simply this. A sea of loved ones glad to see you. In the final moments, the cell phones come out, the excitement builds.
Very glad to be home. Woo!
And no doubt, from a sailor's perspective, the 6 months was all worth it.
All right, with Steve Walker reporting. The USS Carl Vinson was the first aircraft carrier to launch airstrikes in Afghanistan. The warship will be leaving San Diego today for another homecoming at its home port in Bremerton, Washington. While supporting Operation Enduring Freedom, the USS Carl Vinson conducted flight operations for 70 days. Aviators flew 4,200 combat sorties and logged more than 10,000 hours. They dropped more than 2 million pounds of ordnance. The Vinson also had a flawless deployment, no injuries, no aircraft hits, no mishaps of any kind.
Well, as Stacy just told you, the Vinson will pull out of port this morning, but a couple of the ships in its group will not be leaving her.
I just wanted to see everybody and be on land.
2 ships pulled into 32nd Street yesterday, the USS Antietam and the USS Princeton, and there were hundreds of family and friends there to meet loved ones. Both ships were scheduled for a routine 6-month deployment with the Carl Vinson Battle Group.
And I will tell you, being out there when everything happened back here was very strange, because really we felt safer there than the families back home.
Since September 11th, both guided missile cruisers have been involved in Operation Enduring Freedom. They've been providing air defense, firing Tomahawk missiles, and searching ships and boats for terrorists.
Well, as U.S. troops search for terrorists, San Diego police have a search of their own on their hands. They're searching for a hit-and-run suspect whose victim is a 4-month-old infant. The hit-and-run happened Friday night in Lemon Grove. Now authorities are asking for your help. They're asking that you look out for a small red car, possibly a Ford, with front-end damage and a cracked windshield. Sheriff's deputies say that a 34-year-old mother and her infant son were hit as they made their way into a crosswalk. This morning, the baby remains in critical condition at Children's Hospital. The mother is in fair condition at Sharp Hospital.
Yeah. Well, I hope somebody has some information that will lead to officers to whoever did that. That's just a terrible story. Well, beyond that, it's shaping up to be a beautiful day outside.
Yeah, let's go and take a look outdoors right now. Temperature's on the cool side right now, but how is the rest of your weekend, your Sunday? If you're not going to stay inside and watch football, how is the rest of your weekend shaping up with the weather? We'll find out when we come back.
Welcome back, everybody. You are watching News This Weekend, and that's a beautiful shot of downtown San Diego. And Stacy, yesterday you said I never give you a chance to name the music. Now this is your chance.
I need some help here, guys. You know what? I need some help, guys. You know who I'm talking to? Enigma?
Oh, she's getting help from the booth. That's not fair.
I'm cheating. I'm asking all our guys back in the booth to talk in my ear and tell me. Actually, last week they were doing that too,
Yeah,
and
you know
that's
what?
why
We
I was beating
probably
it.
could have asked all of them out there. That's Rancho Buena Vista High School's marching band and pageantry. Wave, guys. It's okay.
No, they're at attention now. They're warming up
They're
back
warming
there.
up. They're going to be
outside our
performing
studios.
for us in just a little while, so hopefully they're staying a little bit warm out there. In fact, that's a good cue to go take a look at the weather, right?
Yeah, let's go and check in now with Pat Brown.
Well, thanks, guys. The big weather maker is back east. Lots of snow from the system, up to half a foot in New England yesterday. Finally today, it's moving offshore. Lots of rain associated with this in the south. But it all started yesterday in the Ohio River Valley. By late tonight, it's going to be well out over the Atlantic Ocean. A few lingering showers in northern Florida. But out here in the west coast, what we're concerned with is this very large, moist system coming ashore and dumping about 1 to 3 inches of rain along the coast of Washington and Oregon. This is going to mean another 3 feet of snow in the Cascades, and by the time it gets to the northern Rockies, the Bitterroots, even heavier snow. But here we sit down in Southern California, weak area of high pressure and offshore flow today, so it's going to be a little bit windy along the mountain passes and the canyons. But what that also means is that we're going to have clear skies as this day gets underway, and temperatures are going to look very, very nice. Nothing like we saw yesterday back east. So here is our forecast. Clear skies, sunshine everywhere. 63 at the beach, inland valleys, upper 70s, mountains 55, and deserts 65. Extending it out, more clouds starting Monday as the onshore flow returns. Looking much better toward the end of the week. So do make it a good day.
Great. Thanks very much, Pat. Now, you find the stock market a bit daunting right now. How about your retirement plan?
Well, if you have questions about the economy, about your finances, you can ask our expert. Give George Chamberlain a call at area code 619-578-0530. Welcome back, everybody. Time right now coming up on 8:20.
Yeah, and boy, what a week as far as Enron goes and everything else.
Sure
Our money
was.
advisor, George Chamberlain, is here to talk about that. He'll also take any questions you have, probably about your retirement plan right about now. The phone number is at 619-578-0530. Hey, George, good morning.
Morning, George. Well, and we were just talking about that. You know, to me, the surprising part wasn't that Enron said you cannot get out of this 401k and sell your stock until we say so.
Right.
It's the fact that Arthur Andersen went along with it, the accounting company.
Well, the accounting thing is what really seems to have a lot of people very nervous right now. And, of course, whatever happens in a situation like this, any other company that uses Arthur Andersen to do their accounting and to do all of their work is all of a sudden as suspect as Enron was, which is unfortunate because this may prove to be an isolated situation. We'll have to wait and see if that really is the case. Certainly the Enron situation was a very tough story last week. I think the Kmart story, to me, though, was a much bigger story that will have a much wider effect because certainly the viability of that company is now at question.
Yeah, and you've been talking about that for a little while now.
A lot, yeah.
And now it's on the brink.
Yeah.
George, going back to the Enron and
Sure.
just the retirement issues, what do you suggest to people? I mean, obviously it depends on what stage you are as far as preparing for retirement, but having a diversified portfolio, what do you generally say for different age groups as you get closer and closer to that time?
Well, Stacy, you nailed it. The diversification is the name of the game. You don't want to have all of your money in one asset, and that seems to be what happened. More than 60% of the money in the Enron 401k was in Enron stock. Now, that's just a very dangerous situation. You should never do that. 20% in one investment is appropriate. you should diversify. Most mutual funds, or most 401k plans will give you a lot of mutual funds to use, so spread your money out in some bond funds, stock funds. As you get closer to retirement, obviously get a little bit more conservative, but don't get too heavy in any one investment. And that means you're all getting your 401k statements now for the past year. Take a look and see if you're in balance, and if necessary, make some changes along the way.
All right, well, our callers are lining up, so
Great.
why don't we go ahead and start with John?
John
in South Park. John?
Good morning, George.
Hey, John.
I have a question regarding federal laws saying that you can contribute more to your 401k or IRA.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the state of California hasn't matched that yet.
Correct. Good read. As we know, last year a law went into place that allows us to put more money into our retirement accounts. Starting this year, it goes up to $3,000 in your IRA. It will go up gradually to $5,000 over the next couple of years. The amount of money you can contribute to a 401k goes from $10,000 to $11,000 this year, and will work up to $15,000. And there even are more opportunities for people over the age of 50. Unfortunately, that's a federal law, and California has not gone along. So if you put more than $2,000 into your IRA, it will be considered not adequate, or will be exceeding the laws established by the state of California. They're working on this very quickly, John, and it will be taken care of. We'll get the state laws in line with the federal laws before the end of the year, before tax filing time next year. This is a very rare circumstance when this happens.
All right, very good, George. How about Andreas in Oceanside? Andreas.
Yeah, George answered my question. This was my question.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's very interesting, because I am getting a lot of questions and a lot of calls about that. I would encourage everyone to get in touch with your state assembly representative and your state senate representative. Please let them know how important this is to you, because you don't want to have accounting problems. And listen, we want to do all we can to encourage people to save for their retirement and not discourage them. And that's what this kind of conflict does. So get it taken care of, you bet.
Okay,
You
great.
bet.
Glad you're able to help him.
Good.
Next caller is Gary in Imperial Beach. Gary, good morning.
Good morning. George, I have a question on IRAs.
Okay, that seems to be the theme this morning. Sure.
Okay, first of all, do you have to be employed to start an IRA? Do you have to be working to contribute to an IRA? And if the answer is yes to either one, what kind of penalties would happen if you did?
Yeah. You have to have earned income. That's all that it means. In order to put money into a retirement account, an IRA, a 401k, whatever the case may be, you have to be able to show to the IRS that you have earned income. And if you have earned income of $2,000 a year, you can put $2,000 into your retirement account. A lot of people run into problem with their kids. They want to set up IRAs for their kids who obviously don't have any earned income. But if you can show that they, cut the grass in the neighborhood, or you paid them to cut the grass or something like that, that will be fine. But you have to show earned income. The penalty could be significant if you put money into an IRA, a retirement account, and there is not matched earned income for that. Obviously, you're going to have to take the money out, and then there would be a penalty. I'm not sure if it's in excess of 10%. That seems to be the number that sticks in my mind, something like that.
Hey, we have time for one more phone call, George.
Great, let's go.
All right, why don't we go to John in Bonita. John, good morning.
Yes, good morning. I had a question in regarding to an IRA with Merrill Lynch, and
Sure.
It dropped about 50%, and the person handling it said, well, there's nothing I can do. You're not a major player.
Ooh.
Have I got any recourse?
It all depends on why the money went down 50%. If it went down because the rest of the market has been declining in here, there's probably not much you can do. If it is an unsuitable investment, I spend a lot of time on my radio and my writing work talking about suitability. That's what it comes down to. If they put you into an investment that does not match up with your tolerance for risk and your investment objectives, then indeed you have a case. Arbitration has been established through the National Association of Securities Dealers. You can go online, nasdr.com, and find out about that. Go to the Securities and Exchange Commission website, sec.gov, and find out about arbitration. You signed a document. You don't know this, but you signed a document when you opened that account with Merrill Lynch or with any other brokerage firm saying that if there is a conflict, you will go to arbitration. You've got about a 50% chance of winning that one, and I would encourage you to do it. Anytime a broker makes a comment like that, I am really annoyed. I would get my money out of there as fast as I can. I would talk to the manager of the office and say how offended you were by those comments, and tell them that if something isn't done, you will be pursuing arbitration. Get them.
Good advice, George.
Yeah.
All right.
Radio?
Are you on the radio?
Heading over there. Going to be doing radio this morning, of course. I'll be Money in the Morning from 8 till 10 on KOGO AM 600. We're going to be talking more about how to protect yourself if you're working with somebody that's not got your best interest at heart. So.
All right, George. Thanks.
Right.
And I'll be
Strike
listening.
up the band, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Coming up real soon.
Thank you.
Another U.S. military helicopter goes down in Afghanistan. 7 Marines were on board. 5 survived.
And an awesome, deadly volcano. There's no stopping the lava this morning. How far will its effects be felt?
It's a boogie thing, boogie all night long.
And we are just in a musical Sunday mode here. Coming up in our 8 o'clock hour, the Boogeyman play live in our studios. Don't be afraid.
First, though, here's this week's Pet Parade with Bob Dale.
Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for being there. And Brenda, of course, you're with the
South
Bonita.
County Bonita Shelter.
The Animal Control Shelter. And I don't know, you're talking about maybe moving to the East Coast?
Yeah.
What are we going to do
Someday.
without you? Oh, golly. But what we do, friends, is naturally, the Animal Control Shelter has to pick up all stray animals, and we're trying like crazy to make sure they're neutered and spayed, which they are. So if we can place them in another home, then we won't be increasing the population. But this little dog, I got to give a new name to. What?
Her name is Tootsie. She was turned in because they didn't have time for her. And she's a very sweet 1.5, 2-year-old. We're calling her a retriever mix.
Isn't she something? But I have to give her a new name. Your name now is Otis. You know why? We got off the elevator coming from the basement where we park, you know, and she wanted to get into every other elevator as we pass it. So you're Otis now. Otis the elevator girl.
She's very curious. She seems to me like she's very intelligent. She just wants to look and see everything. Has great demeanor. She did excellent in the car. And I would trust her with children and adults. And she's a good size.
Beautiful. This is about as big as she's going to be.
This is it. Yeah, at a year old, they hit the size, the body size they're going to be at 18 to 24 months. Mentally, they're puppies until they're 18 to 24 months. So she may mentally still be a puppy in her head, but she's full grown. Her body's full grown.
You're not turning around to the camera for your close-up, Otis.
No close-ups.
Friends, thank you so much. And if you have a love of animals and room for them and want to take care of them, appreciate you going to the Bonita Shelter. Otis will be waiting for you.
Make sure that if you get a small dog or you get a puppy, that you can keep it for the life of the animal.
That's important. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brenda. See you, Otis.
It's time to put on your walking.
739 News this weekend.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Stacey Baca, along with Bernard Gonzalez this morning.
That's me.
That's you. Coming up this half hour, the sounds of an award-winning high school band. Right there behind us.
Yeah, look at them out there.
Yeah, the band is from Rancho Buena Vista High School, and the members are warming up. Probably in more ways than one. The temperature's a little bit cool out there, so they're warming up. Their instruments are probably trying to warm up their bodies, too.
Yeah, believe me, it's cool enough out there. They're going to have to keep playing to stay warm. Also warming up right now. Hundreds of runners, some of them already pounding the pavement. We're going to take a look a little bit later on our newscast at the San Diego Marathon. We will have a live report.
But first, this morning, let's go and take a look at the news, find out what's happening.
Sounds good. A hit-and-run suspect is at large while a 4-month-old victim remains in critical condition. The hit-and-run happened Friday night in Lemon Grove. Sheriff's deputies say a 34-year-old mother and infant son were hit as they made their way into a crosswalk. This morning, the baby fights for his life at Children's Hospital. The mother is in fair condition at Sharps, but now police are urging you to help.
All we know about the vehicle is that it's a red car. It was described as not big. It's possibly a Ford. It should have heavy front end damage and windshield damage, mostly on the right side.
Anyone with information is asked to call the Sheriff's Department.
Two Marines are dead this morning after their chopper crashes in Afghanistan. 5 other Marines survived and are recovering. So far, there is no official word on where the helicopter and crew are based. Now, the Marines were in a transport helicopter called the Super Stallion. It was on a resupply mission last night out of Bagram Air Force Base, which is near the capital city of Kabul. This morning, officials say 2 Marines are in critical condition, 2 others have been seriously hurt, and one has minor injuries. They were all taken to an undisclosed location. Just a short time ago, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld said that the crash was likely caused by mechanical failure. Police in Kabul say that they've arrested 5 members of the Taliban as they were trying to sneak into Kabul last night, or actually today. They were stopped at a checkpoint. Police say they don't know if the 5 have any links to Osama bin Laden's al-Qaeda network. And meanwhile, more U.S. military cargo planes have arrived in the Philippines carrying troops and equipment for the fight against terrorism there. They are part of a group that will train Filipino special forces. Those forces are battling Muslim rebels linked to the al-Qaeda network. The American presence, though, has sparked protests.
This is tantamount to military intervention is in fact an invasion of Philippine territory by the U.S. military.
More than 600 troops will arrive in the Philippines by February. 160 of them will be special forces.
Also out of Afghanistan this morning, U.S. Marines patrolling the Kandahar airport could be coming home very soon. They have handed over control of the airport to the Army's 101st Airborne Division. But one Marine is staying behind by choice. He is Lance Corporal Ajmal Ajhais. He left Afghanistan with his family when he was 5 years old and was raised in California. When his unit was deployed to Afghanistan, he was happy to be going back. And his officers say he's serving as a bridge between two cultures.
He's just a true professional in every aspect you can have the Marine. I wish I had one like him.
That's all people where I'm from. No, you're not. You look like you're Italian or something from New York. No, not Afghanistan. No.
In other news, the Taliban prisoner has reportedly attacked a guard at the U.S. Navy base in Guantanamo Bay. A U.S. Brigadier General has confirmed that one detainee bit a military police officer on the arm. The injury is not considered serious. More than 100 al-Qaeda and Taliban prisoners are now being held at Guantanamo Bay. And there's an investigation this morning into an accident that killed a Marine at Camp Pendleton. Base administrators say the Marine died in a crash involving a 5-ton truck on the base Friday. The victim's name has not been released, pending notification next of kin. Stacey?
Well, a very special wish has come true this weekend for a child from Maine. 11-year-old Brock Curley is dying from an illness for which there is no cure. But thanks to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, one of his dreams has come true. The foundation made it possible for Brock and his family to take a trip all the way from Maine to San Francisco, where they crossed the Golden Gate Bridge. Brock's family says that he makes them realize what life is all about, and that's why this trip is so important to all of them.
It was a great vacation, and just a very significant, special with a purpose.
Well, this was actually Brock's second wish, too. His first was to get his grandmother back. She passed away last year. She was the one who taught Brock about bridges, and now Brock has grown to appreciate one of his grandmother's favorite pastimes, too.
You know, and isn't something that in the light of everything that he's going through, he thinks of his family and doing something for them by taking them to the bridge and acting on his grandmother's dreams and so forth.
Yep.
Good for you.
Things important into focus.
Yes, it does. Well, a volcano in the Congo continues to blow up. There's no stopping the lava of a devastating volcano. Question is just how far will its effects be felt? Welcome back, everybody. Time right now is 7:37.
And you are listening to the sounds of the Rancho Buena Vista Marching Band. They are outside our studio this morning. And this is what we mean. We invite you to come on down. The band has a special cause. They're trying to raise money. But if you're high school or your group, maybe your organization has something happening, we would love to hear about it. Come on down and tell us about it. We'll tell you about their event coming up in a little bit.
And we'll hear them play, too.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. We'll both be out there.
There you go.
Okay, in other news this morning, a volcano erupting in Africa is grabbing headlines around the world. Our Carter Evans shows us some spectacular pictures of a massive lava flow that's happening. He also talks with the local geologist who tells us why this incredible work of Mother Nature is so deadly.
It's a devastating volcanic eruption. Dozens dead in the African nation of Congo as massive lava flows force hundreds of thousands from their home. The eruption is making headlines around the world and piquing interests of geologists here in San Diego.
It's a shame, it's heartbreaking to see all the human suffering that goes along with it, but at the same time it's fascinating to see the energy flows this active earth we live on.
Dr. Pat Abbott is a geologist, San Diego State. He's been watching these pictures on the news since the eruption began, and he knows why these particularly unusual lava flows are so deadly.
Common lava flows are tourist events. You go up and you watch them. But these ones in East Africa, they flow faster than the other ones do.
So fast in some places, lava flows like a river. The reason? The chemical makeup of the magma, the minerals dissolved inside, cause it to become very thin, fluid, making the flows fast and unpredictable.
It's not just coming out on a tongue, it'll spread out. So you might see it coming, and it's not just a matter of sidestepping, it's coming at you fast and on a broad front.
Some of the lava rivers as much as 100 feet wide and 10 feet deep. Villagers powerless to stop it, and with more recent earthquakes in the area, all indicators suggest it's not over yet.
The prediction is that as long as you're having a lot of earthquakes, magma will be having magma blow out.
Well, large volcanic eruptions can affect our global climate too, but Dr. Abbott says we don't need to worry about that with this particular volcano. The climate is affected when an eruption spews massive amounts of gas or ash into the atmosphere, and so far this eruption is mostly spewing millions of tons of lava.
Just incredible video. You have to be amazed at it, but you have to also feel for people who are being rooted out of their homes by this unbelievable natural disaster.
Yeah, very difficult out there.
The rhythm of the ranch is joining us this morning.
The Rancho Buena Vista Marching Band is outside our studios. We're going to be hearing from them a little bit more coming up shortly. First, last night's winning lotto numbers. 1, 7, 24, 44, 45, and that mega number is 23. And
Fantasy 5, 19, 26, 31, 33, and 36. And the Daily Threes were serenaded by the Rancho Buena Vista Band. 3, 6, and 4. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, it's not every Sunday morning you get to wake up to the sounds of the marching band. Not just the marching band, but an award-winning marching band. And then you're visited by the CEO of a major company. How better get than that, Stacey?
We have all kinds of that out here.
Yes, it is. Beautiful. If you can kind of panhandle, Ron, let people see a little bit of the band behind us there. Ron, down for just a second. We'll hear a little bit more from them. We want to talk a little bit about, first of all, the band and the project from Warner that you were involved with, so that we can first introduce yourself to us.
My name is Eric Weirather.
And you're the band director.
And I'm Fred Anton. I'm the CEO of Warner Brothers Publications.
Talk a little bit about the project that this band was involved with.
Well, we sponsored a fundraiser tonight with the Rancho Buena Vista H.S. Pageantry to really introduce this video called Here Comes a Marching Band. The video is all about a marching band. It's really an educational video that is intended to get kids excited about getting involved with marching band program, school band program.
Now, I know when you do a project at a major company such as yours, it really takes a lot to get people excited about it. But what was the appeal to Warner and this particular project?
Well, the answer is very much involved in music advocacy because we believe that an awful lot in life stems from your ability to understand and appreciate music, the discipline involved, etc. So by virtue of putting these kinds of programs together and getting out in front of people in the country, we hope to get people involved in music at a very early age.
And I think you're accomplishing that with this project. And of course, you must have been very excited to think that you're going to be involved with this project.
Very excited and proud of everyone.
Yeah, now talk a little bit about your band because they are incredibly successful.
Yes. In fact, I'm not sure how much has been told yet, but they were invited to the 2003 Rose Parade this year. And so we're starting a big fundraising campaign to help get uniforms and some new instruments and help pay for the cost for the trip. Big trip.
Well, listen. We have about 2 minutes left. Can they play a song in 2 minutes?
Sure.
All right. Why don't we strike up the band then? Buena Vista marching band. They are spectacular. You guys are great. Let me tell you, Mr. Weirather, they are phenomenal. How many hours a week do you put into this?
During the marching season, we, I don't even want to.
You don't even want to.
We have 6 hours of evening rehearsals every week.
That's amazing. Well, why don't we talk about the fundraiser, because you were just talking about that. We'll put the information up on the screen right now so that we can give the people out there the info. Here comes the marching band. You want to take that, Stace?
They are having the fundraising dinner, as I mentioned tonight. Rancho Buena Vista High School, 1601 Long Drive, 5 p.m. Tickets, $25. The phone number if you need any additional information, 760-945-8299. That really reminded me of my childhood, too. I was part of the marching band, so it's kind of like brings back memories.
And Mr. Randall, thank you very much for coming out here, making the time, and also for getting involved with these young people. It's going to make a huge difference.
An apron.
Oh my gosh. That means I'm going to be put to work when I get home.
Exactly.
What'd you think, folks? Wasn't that great? Okay, we're going to move on now. Painting any part of your house can be a chore unless you're accompanied by a band like this.
Not to worry, though. Our handy helper has to get to those hard-to-reach spots. We'll be right back.